I thank you sincerely.
Much by serikalinyi kong'eten kelewen eng kenyitab 2022 ole kosom icheket kokonor konoreng'wai eng emoni eng sectors cheterter cheboto teksetab korik chebo alien nemite ng'wony choto chebo affordable housing.
300,000 houses are under construction. We are I've given out houses that are ready in Machakos, in Kakamega, in Homa Bay, and many other places. And that process is continuing. We are building close to almost 500 new markets, modern markets across Kenya. And we are building hostels for students. 180,000 students will be housed by our hostel program as we talk today. And that process is continuing. Listen, that housing fund has generated investments of $9.3 billion. How much? Not Kenya shillings. $9.3 billion. And this is not money we have borrowed. This is not money we have gotten from somewhere. This is our own money. Kenyan money. If I were to look for that money from the World Bank or IMF, I would grow gray hair before I get it. Because you would have to be in this capital and that capital and meet this condition and meet the other condition and go and look for the certificate of your grandmother and bring the... It would be very difficult. But look at, guys, look at what domestic resource mobilization can do. The skyline of Kenya is changing. Maybe some of you have not been in Kenya lately. When you come to Nairobi, just go look around, go to anywhere. We are building close to 100,000 housing units in Nairobi alone. You know, huge buildings, 20 floors, 28 floors. We are now going to 30 floors in Nairobi. Go to Kisumu, we are building almost 5,000 units. If you go to Mamboleo in Kisumu, you will be shocked. If you go to Kakamega, you will be surprised.
Go to Wajir.
If you go to Wajir, I was in Wajir this last weekend. The housing there is phenomenal. Mandera, Garissa, Mombasa, Lamu. I was in a place called Tezo in Kilifi a few weeks ago. I don't know, is there anybody from Kilifi here? From Kilifi? You come from Kilifi? You know Tezo? You should go to Tezo and see what we are doing there, you know? The housing units are changing the skyline of Kenya. Look, many of you know Kibera, right? So mnajua Kibera pale kwa slums? Just give us another 7 years, you will not find a slum in Kibera. That is what is called transformation. You mnanisikia? Forget about the nonsense in the social media. We are going to change our country and we are going to shame the guys in the social media. So, and you know, remember, you know, we are very funny people. Some time back, you know, some of our guests, just imagine, people used to be taken to Kibera to be shown, oh, the largest slum in Africa. You know, guests, wageni ati tunapeleka hawa kwenda kuonyesha hawa umaskini. Yani ujinga sana bana. Sindio? Today, you know, whenever I have guests, I take them to the same place, but I go and show them what affordable, how we are changing the place. You know? So many colleagues of mine, friends, they're going to show them the kind of transformation we're making. And it's giving the rest of the world better ideas about what Africa can achieve.
Yakitestai ak logoiwekab emet, chitab Kalenjin ko kakoboibochi minista nebo ribetab kalyet eng emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen kakwautiet nekoib serikali kotaban rabinik silingishek bilionishek 3.9 chetetat ketoi kelipane boisiekab kok eng emet komugul. Kamwa Murkomen kole yoe boisionik chebo komonut mising boisiechoto bo kok ak kunoto konyolu ketoi kelipan icheket konamgei ak boisionichoto. Kong'ololjin sirikab logoiwek eng sang nebo bunge kokebata somanetab budget komwa Murkomen kole kakwautienoto tetat ketoi kelipan boisiekab kok kong'ete arawetab tisab kowendi kokochini icheket chirset neo mising nebo kotestai ak boisionik cheterter chetoreti biikab emet koboto serikali.
Must give credit to CS Badi for trying to make this budget as lean as possible, make sure that the burden is not shifted to the people of Kenya, and work within foreseeable fiscal space that is there in the country. So I'm confident that that gap will be bridged through development partners' support, through sustainable borrowing. And you know, the most important thing that we must show the people of Kenya is that we came in knowing that we have serious debt distress, but we have managed our debt to the level that is sustainable now. That should be, this government must be praised that in less than 4 years we have been able to manage our debts to a level that is sustainable. And what any country in the world needs, or any family, any business, is to make sure that your debt is sustainable for you to achieve your objectives without really overburdening yourself.
Yeah. In your docket, are you satisfied with the allocation? I know your entry is quite big. There are police stations to be commissioned. There's the police officers' welfare. There's a lot. Are you satisfied, or will you keep on just asking for more?
The money we were given is not enough. It can never be enough. But in terms of the most immediate objectives, I think that what we must celebrate is that the first thing is to say that the modernization program is ongoing, which means that we continue getting good equipment for our officers, modern equipment which are able to utilize current technology so that then we can protect our people. Number two, our program to have security cameras in 6 towns across the country, including Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, Nyeri, Eldoret, is on course to ensure that we secure our people better. We are able to deal with this petty theft and so forth. I'm happy to note that also some money has been set aside for infrastructure to make sure that we build our police stations, some money to support our police leasing program for vehicles, where there is a huge deficit when it comes to police vehicles. To strengthen our community policing, I am very happy that thanks to the Jukwaa la Usalama report and the conversations we had with the people of Kenya, we have been able to be faithful to the Jukwaa la Usalama report and to ensure that the village elders are now going to be given some level of support to enable them to dedicate their time and to support security functioning in the community. We have other resources that are related to police training. Remember that we have trained 10,000 police officers who are graduating by September. So I'm happy that the budget has been put in place for their deployment. We know that also we are approaching an election here. For purpose of election preparedness, we must train our police officers to handle any eventuality, but also we must prepare them to provide security during the election. So there is a lot of support that is coming to the security sector to in line with the promise. Remember also the president had promised that salary increment for the police officers, which a police officer in the lower cadre is going to get an increase of up to 10,000 within the last 3 years. This budget contains the last tranche of the money that is going to ensure that these police officers have been supported. Let me say this for avoidance of doubt, and having led the Jukwaa la Usalama conversations last year, that there is no administration in the recent past that has done a lot to the national administration sector and the security sector, and deliberately doing so based on the views that have been collected directly from the people. What is important now is to demand greater and better services from our police officers to ensure that corruption and bribery is out of the way, to ensure that people are being the citizens who are supporting these security officers are treated with dignity. And remember also that in this ministry we are working hard to make sure that the Kenyan people can get their national IDs. This budget is going towards a rapid process that ensures that Kenyans get their IDs, especially from the marginalized areas that have been left out for a very long time. We continue also our prison reform program through the same also budget. So all these departments are the ones that may look like it's a lot of money, but as a matter of fact, we are dealing with many officers, over 35,000 prison officers, over 100,000 police officers. All that money also goes to their salaries and emoluments. Yeah.
En kasarata ko kabaibachi budget noto nekakosoman en koskoleng'utab amut MP nekikitoror noto ko Bishop Jackson Kosgei eng mwaet kole koityi komonutiet neo serikalitab emoni sectors cheterter chebo bandab tai eng budget noto bo silingishek trillion 4.8 nekosoman minister nenome rabinik John Mbadi eng bunge nebo National Assembly eng saishekab koskoleng eng betutab amut kwang'wan kasi.
Kin nebo kamanut eng budget nekakisoman eng betutab rani neikere ile wendi kotoreti biikab Kalenjin.
Well, I think nebo iman ko koek budget ne kararan amu karibik tugul, karibik teche makornatet en emet, industrialist ak koribik chemengechen chemi ng'weny. Ng'alyon nekabunchi komonut ko biik chememuchegei chetinye kewelindo anan ko boisiek chekakoechekitu koek deliberate anan katet komie budget nebo rani sikelipan ketoret bikyok chekakoechekitu anan ko chetinye wisisinwek ak kakikochi kibagengeisiek cheromoti bichotok chepkondok chekatok rani. Apongezani kabisa. Kita nemache konai biikab Kalenjin ak biikab Kenya ko the fiscal policy of any country ko it is an act of patriotism to sustain a nation. Mocking it the way some people have appeared to have had a dummy of a budget is a mockery against what you can call the patriotism of the country. That is why in Katiba nekibatai konyoni kotebe president ko, because it's a very important action. Korani kubwa bunge, so wajumbe tugul chebo Kenya koko mira amu chi tugul komache komwaitaegei akotononji budget amu katiny. Itagen nekaitu kokitesyi biikab constituency chepkondok. Kakites chepkondok, kakikoch chepkondok biikab constituency fund amu chepkondok chotok cheityin biik eng olimbo gaa. Bas ak alak lakini kakararan kwa jumla. Yes. Kibaibaen ko kibik cheking'ikab North Rift, komosta nimbo North and Eastern Kenya. Amu serikalini, serikalishek tugul chekikobwa tangu uhuru, nekibo Kiplelachek ak nekibo Kenyatta ak nekibo Arap Moi, nekibo Kibaki akoi yoin, koko boisien mbinu anan ortinwek bounotet nebo rani konamgei ak naet ole kikotepto bichu for a long time. Ko kit nekokikonoin kokotoret bikyok konyor kalyet, koisto bichiinwek chebo kalyet. Nebo oeng ko en budget ini ikere ile kokitesyi chepkondok akindochi biikab security asi kotoret emet. Amu yetesetai emet kotesokse biik akotesoksei ng'omnotet en ng'ony komoche ketoret biikab security komuch korib emet en ng'alekab ribsetab kalyet. Nebo oeng, nebo somok ko ng'oliot nekayai budget nebo rani ko korib boisiekab kok. Biikab kok chun ribe biik en gaa. That is the best way to capture and to make sure people feel government. So kas biik serikali en ng'onyolin ako maba bichu kobirtotkei buch akoi kosomoti tuguk chebunote. Ko ako ndakiten ko kararan komitinye allowance. Yesietebi ng'weny kotinye tuguk chenyoru. So kikochini kajaet neo serikalitab Arap Ruto en kiboitiot ne minister nebo ng'alekab chepkondok en emet.
Kawek emoni eng karonetab rani President William Ruto kong'ete rutoito nekokayai eng emotinwek chebo Belgium, Norway koboto Finland ole eng inguni komitei tuyet eng State House Nairobi ak kandoik kobun komasta noto nebo Marsabit ole tesetai ng'olole boisionik cheterter che tesetai kosuldae serikali ak chetete kwai eng komoswek cheterter chebo county noto bo Marsabit cheboto teksetab sukulishek, ortinwek koboto sipitalishek. Ngepchit nguno ng'alaletab President William Ruto agenge eng agenge kong'ete State House Nairobi.
Nyinyi mnajua hiyo barabara ya kutoka Sololo mpaka Uran, na tayari mimi nitakuja hapo kwa sababu contractor amepatikana na tutajenga hiyo barabara. Mnanielewa? Na mimi nataka niwaulize hao wabunge wetu na gavana, mnisaidie na senator, mnisaidie kufuatilia, si ndio? Na mimi nitakuwa hapo kuja kuziangalia hizo barabara ndio tuweze kusonga pamoja. Kuna barabara ingine inaitwa Manyatajilo. Sio Manyatajilo ni wapi hapa? Manyatajilo, si ndio? Na mahali inaitwa Gororugesa. Mnajua? Hiyo barabara vile vile nimeweka milioni 100, nataka tutengeneze hiyo barabara yenu. Na tayari kandarasi tumemaliza na contractor amepatikana, tunakuja kutengeneza hizo barabara. Watu wa Marsabit mnanielewa? Vile vile nataka mnisikize kwa makini, kwa sababu mnajua mimi ni mfanyikazi wenu, si ndio? Na saa zingine msiponiona kule Marsabit, pengine mnashangaa kama mimi nimewasahau. Mimi siwezi kuwasahau hata kama sijafika, mambo yenu mimi napanga na mpaka itafaulu, kwa sababu nyinyi ni watu wangwana na nyinyi ni watu wazuri na nyinyi ni watu ambao tunaaminiana pamoja. Kuna mambo mawili ya muhimu. Nilikuwa pale Loyangalani na mkanieleza ya kwamba hii wind power, Turkana wind power iko karibu na Loyangalani, lakini Loyangalani haina stima. Sasa nimeweka pesa ya serikali milioni 390 na kabla ya Disemba tutakuwa tunawakisha mataa hapo Loyangalani. Tutakuwa tumelete stima hapo kutoka hapo Lake Turkana. Najua viongozi hawa wameniuliza pia tusukume hiyo stima iende Marsabit na iende Sololo. Hiyo bado iko bado napangia. Kuna safari lazima niende, ndio nipange vizuri, nipate pesa ya kutosha, ndio nifanye hiyo kazi. Lakini hata na hivyo iko sawa. Vile vile hapo Loyangalani tulikubaliana ya kwamba tuunganishe Loyangalani ng'ambo hii na Turkana mambo hile, tuweke feri kama ile iko Mombasa kule. So nimekubaliana na watu wa Kenya Ports Authority na tutakuja hapale ya kwamba hiyo feri tayari tumetoa pesa ya kujenga hiyo feri ya kuunganisha watu wa Turkana na watu ya Marsabit, na tutajenga pale mahali ya hiyo feri kutua. We need about 400 million, tayari we have it in the budget. Ngambo hii 400, ngambo ile 400 million na 700 ya kutengeneza hiyo feri, na hiyo itafanyika mwaka huu. Tunaelewana? Pia nyinyi mnajua tuko na biashara kubwa inaendelea kati ya Kenya na Ethiopia pale Moyale. Pale Moyale tunahitaji dry port, si ndio, ya kusukuma biashara pale Moyale. Huyu gavana wenu ako na barua yangu nimemwandikia. Tunataka shamba ekari 200, mimi niko na pesa ya kutengeneza dry port. Na gavana na watu county assembly mumalize hiyo kazi, mkinitumia next week, basi mimi nitakuja pale na contractor wa kutengeneza dry port, ndio tuendelee na biashara kati ya Kenya na Ethiopia. Tumekubaliana? Tuko na program ya affordable housing ambayo inaendelea. Mimi nataka niwahakikishie ya kwamba katika mipango yetu tumeweka Marsabit County, tumeweka shilingi bilioni 7 ya affordable housing, ya masoko na ya hostels. 7 billion shillings. Kati ya sehemu ambazo tumezipangia ni kwamba hapo Saku, najua mnajua inaendelea saa hizi, we have already awarded a 700 million program ya affordable housing. Maikona tume award tayari affordable housing ya shilingi bilioni 1 pale Maikona. Tumekubaliana tunaweka affordable housing Laisamis, North Horr, Sololo. Vile vile tumewapangia mambo ya affordable housing. Masoko tuko na fish market ambayo tayari tumepata contractor ya shilingi milioni 190 Loyangalani. Tumepanga soko ya Turbi, Laisamis, Karare, Uran na Bubisa. Yote haya tunajenga masoko. Watu yangu ya affordable housing wanapangia nyinyi hiyo kazi. Hostels ya vijana wetu, tumesema vijana wale wako kwa TVET, vijana wale wako kwa KMTC na vijana wale wako katika program hizo pia tuwajengee hostels. Katika mpango yetu tunajenga hostels ya vijana 1500 Marsabit. Na Saku TVET tayari hostel inaendelea. Obo, North Horr, Laisamis na Saku KMTC iko katika procurement, ndio tuhakikishe hawa vijana wetu wanaosoma pale pia wanapata nafasi ya kusoma. Pia governor hapa ameniuliza kwa niaba ya viongozi hawa wote wa Marsabit ya kwamba mnataka pia county ya Marsabit ipate nafasi ya kuwa na university, si ndio? Lakini sasa hii university tutaanzia wapi? Mimi nataka niwapatie mpango ya kuwa na university, si ndio? Ngoja. Shida yenu ni mashindano kila wakati. So nimeshaongea na university yetu ya Egerton University, kwa sababu wao ndio wanafanya mambo mengi ya ufugaji. Ni mnanielewa? Nimeshaongea na wao na tayari tumekubaliana wameenda wakafanya maneno mahali inaitwa Karare hapo. Nataka kwanza tutaanza hivi, sikizeni. Nataka mjue vile tutaanza. Tutaanza na kuwa na constituent campus. Na tayari nimeambia wizara tutajenga hostels na tutajenga administration block na tutajenga tuition block kidogo.
Chotajitab Kalenjin ko ngalalutik koboto pichaisiek chebo agenge eng agenge cheitun kong'ete State House Nairobi, chota chebo tuiyetab President William Ruto ak kandoik koboto meng'ik chebunu county noto nebo Marsabit ole ng'olole kotinygei ak boisionik cheterter chemache kosuldae serikalitab Kenya Kwanza eng county noto bo Marsabit ak counties alak chenekityin. Ko yekitestai ko kakomongei minister nebo tililindo noto ko Aden Duale akotach budget noto kosoman eng betutab amut ole kamwa ine kole budget noto kowendi koibu kelchin mising eng tokwek cheterter ole kokitobonji ole kamwa kole konyor kelchin mising counties cheyomyotin mising ko choto chebo North Eastern kobun budget noto kosoman minister nenomu rabinik noto ko John Mbadi ole kamwa Duale kole tokyinet neo nebo serikalitab President William Ruto ko koib bandab tai eng komoswek tugul chebo emoni mising ko eng komoswek chekotestai kitaban eng kasarta nekoi mising cheboto counties chebo Northern Kenya.
I'm just giving you education and health interchangeably. Look at health. Today, 31.5 million Kenyans are registered with the Social Health Authority. Today, under the Social Health Authority, for the first time, and we are the first in Africa, people are coming to learn from us. Close to $1.4 billion have been raised, close to about 184 billion in terms of domestic resource mobilization by the Social Health Authority. What does that translate to? In the 18 months under SHA was in existence, only maternity package. How many mothers have delivered under this? 1.2 million mothers have delivered under the SHA ecosystem. And we have their names. 17.8 billion have been paid as reimbursements. So when you see the big budget, you look at what has been done in sports, in infrastructure, in health, in affordable housing, in education. I'm waiting for a question from you.
Yeah. Continue. We think Waziri is already coming down.
Yes.
The CS for Treasury. I just want to ask you quickly, Waziri, how much has been allocated? How much had you requested for? Because we're yet to know
In fact, the budget of the health sector, just like education, has gone up. Our budget used to be around 130, 135. You know, health is devolved. But of course, we still get a bigger part of our budget goes to our referral hospitals. So this year we got extra about 30 billion. And this is about 160 plus billion shillings. Yes.
All right.
And this is now, when you look at the primary health care, when you look at the emergency, critical and chronic fund, I was just appearing before Parliament. Now our mothers can deliver at level 2 and level 3, paid by government, integrated. All our HIV, TB, malaria patients can now walk to any primary health care network and facility and walk in, walk out. Today, a Kenyan can do a transplant at 1.2 million shilling at Aga Khan, Nairobi Hospital, Kenyatta Hospital, at no cost.
Okay.
Today, our cancer patients have got a benefit of about 800,000 from the 500,000 which was there before. Right. Today, there's no co-payment. And finally, our security forces, our teachers, our civil servants, the function I did yesterday, now they have over 3,000 health facilities from level 2 to level 6 that they will not do a co-payment. Okay. It's called comprehensive health cover.
Okay, Waziri, before I let you go, we know that we are trying to deal with the Ebola question.
Yes.
Ebola disease. in the country. Have you put some budget? Have you recommended
Yes.
something? How much?
Yes, we have about 2 billion shillings, 2.1 billion shillings standby. Now what we are now doing, we're working with the partners. We are mapping out all the 23 quarantine, isolation, treatment facilities. And I'm sure the media wants to know where are they. We don't want to say it for now. Because if we just say it's near Bunge, there will be a lot of panic. You know that people want to know, we know it. We know the particular places. But you can go to Kenyatta Hospital, you can go to this. So we have enough budget. We have enough support from the WHO, from the US government. And out of the 23 facilities, the US government is wholly supporting us in establishing the one in Laikipia.
Is the establishment still continuing, or you stopped the constructions?
We are a law-abiding government. We respect court orders.
So you stopped?
We are a law-abiding government. We respect court orders.
We saw satellite images showing some constructions happening.
Those satellite images are from Reuters. Get me more verifiable satellite images from our own internal agencies.
So you stopped or not? You're not answering?
I've told you, we respect the rule of law and we comply with court orders.
What is the position of SHA system today?
No. In fact, let me answer two good questions. One, I saw the purported budget read by Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, saying that there is 104 billion that they will save. I want to tell them that there's no 100 billion shilling on the digitization of the health system in our country. That was a PPP, a consortium led by Safaricom. So the government of Kenya has not invested a coin of that 104 billion. And I challenge Kalonzo Musyoka to show me in this budget, in the previous budget, where the item 104 billion is. Two, I had also the former impeached deputy president saying that he predicted. What the nation reported was that the function we had yesterday at Kenyatta Hospital was that we were introducing access rules on Sunday to curb him after listening and negotiating with facilities. During that transition of the access rules, some of our facilities faced some real-time system challenges, which was rectified the same day. SHA is working now. We have paid 12.7 billion last week. By the 14th of this month, we'll pay another 13 billion, close to 13 billion. So the 6 months of Mr. Rigiji, you'll wait until Jesus comes back.
But there was some system downtime, was there?
Even M-Pesa has got system downtime. All technology, even M-Pesa, sometimes
How long was it?
About 2 hours. And we always have a backup. Once the biometrics downtime is low, we tell our patients to use the OTP.
All right.
It is the best system, let me tell you. 5 countries, Ghana, Malawi, Namibia, Angola, colleague ministers, and their people were here the last 2 months, learning how Kenya is implementing the digitization of the health system. Today, if you are there yesterday at Kenyatta, in real time, Kenyatta, you can see every patient coming in, every surgery taking place in every theater, the doctor performing it, how much revenue has been collected.
All right. Allow me to ask you a question that goes beyond your docket, that is health. This is the last full financial year for President Ruto in his first term. By God's grace, if he gets a second term, he'll implement other budgets. How confident are you that you are achieving, because you are a key principle in campaigning for President William Ruto,
Oh, yes.
that you are achieving what you promised the country, all the promises in the Better
Let me tell
Manifesto?
you, this is the only administration that has translated its manifesto into action. We told the people of Kenya we will implement the affordable housing projects. Kenyans. It was in the Azimio manifesto. Today, go to everywhere, go to Garissa, go to Lamu, everywhere. The biggest estates are affordable housing. We promised that we are going to implement universal health coverage that President Kibaki could not do, President Uhuru could not do. We have implemented today 31.5 million Kenyans are registered with SHA. Today, if you go to any hospital, you'll find Kenyans queuing, and the co-payment is negligible. We have a primary health care fund. We promised the people of Kenya that we are going to reduce the gap between the teacher-student ratio. 100,000, and this budget, if included, will be 120,000 teachers have been employed since independence. This is the only administration that has built stadiums. We have promised the young people, the football lovers, since President Moi. This is the only administration that has built stadiums in more than 15 counties. This is the only administration that has brought equity, that for the first time in the history of this country, the people in Nyanza and the people in northern Kenya, Madaraka Day was done. This is the only administration that promised to reduce the price of fertilizer. Good. So I am telling you, if you want to judge this administration and President Ruto, that's why President Ruto keeps on saying, you, the citizens, have the marking scheme. Mark the scheme. Our competitors have only, Ruto must go one term. Yesterday, they even read a figures that don't exist. I pity them, I'm not in the opposition.
Lastly, as we wrap it up, Didi Nyoro, the former budget chair, poked a lot of holes into your budget, the Kenya Kwanza budget.
No, Didi Nyoro is the last person. He's a good friend of mine. He has no moral authority. He was a chair of budget. You people don't ask him hard questions. This is the only budget he's not involved in. And Didi Nyoro cannot talk about debt going up. Debt is related to budget deficit. Am I right? Who is to control budget deficit? It's the budget committee, and it's the House. Didi Nyoro oversaw 3 budgets. So he's a good friend of mine. I don't want to be hard on him, but he doesn't have he doesn't fit the bill to create the debt portfolio of this country. Maybe Leto can do it. Somebody else can do it.
He's not the chair right now, but
no. You should have asked him.
You still have a deficit.
You should have asked him. How come there was close to 4-point-something budget deficit? Whatever is being implemented, Honorable Tani can only be asked about this budget. The rest of the other budgets, and under our new constitution, dispensation, budget making is a fundamental constitutional function of the House. The budget committee is very, very powerful. Didi Nyoro, now that he's on the other side, he should be very fair to the people of Kenya. He contributed to the debt. But the question of debt, I want to say it lastly. The debts of the previous administration could not be accounted for. The debts that we borrow on behalf of the people of Kenya today can be accounted for every shilling under President Ruto's administration. Under President Uhuru, I was in this house with the Auditor General Ouko. We could not account for the Eurobond. So under President William Ruto, every cent, whether we borrow domestically, externally, or we collect on behalf of the people of Kenya, we can account to the people of Kenya how that money has been used.
But Waziri, there is a concern that the borrowing has gone up, but the development is not matching the borrowing.
No, let me tell you, that's why I'm telling you, the borrowing has gone up, but we can account for it. That's why we are building stadiums. That's why we are recruiting teachers. That's why we are paying for free universal health coverage. That's why you see affordable housing. Yeah, that's why you see fertilizer prices have come down. Yeah.
Thank you.
I can tell you every coin that we borrow, domestically, externally, every country in the world, even the US borrows. Please, do research. But the question is, what you borrow, can you account for? Because that money belongs to the taxpayers. It's like the tax they pay. This administration will account for every dollar, every euro, every Kenya shillings that we borrow.
Thank you so much.
And you will see the value for it.
Thank you so much.